Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Chaudhry here, your sales warrior. Hey, I want to talk to you about the sales performance formula today. You know, sales, like any other thing, like engineering, like architecture, it has a formula that when you use this formula well, you will be able to succeed. So what is the sales performance formula? It is A times N equals to P. The A in the formula stands for ability. For you to be a great sales performer, you must have the ability to perform. Ability in terms of conversation skills, ability in terms of your confidence level, ability in terms of the knowledge of the product. And there are so many things that we can do to actually improve on our ability. First and foremost, the natural ability, your natural inclination. Maybe some of you are just born, you're very good with talking to people. You're very good at expressing yourself. So we need that natural ability as well. Some of us are just naturally confident, we're naturally fearless, and that is very important in sales. So your natural inclination is important. There's something that just comes natural to some of us, while to some of us we struggle with it. So in sales, part of the ability is the natural ability. How do you get this organic, connection to whatever that you're doing? Secondly, how do you improve on ability? You can improve on ability through education. Through education, you need to train. You need to get somebody to teach you on some of the parameters of sales. For example, like prospecting, you need somebody to teach you, like meeting a decision maker. You need somebody to teach you on how you can do wonderful presentations. You need somebody to teach you that. So that also improves on ability. Thirdly, you also need coaching. You need somebody to coach you. Now, this is a subject that is not very common to a lot of us in this part of the region, in Uganda. Many of us, we don't have personal coaches. As a matter of fact, I'm doing personal coaching for a lot of people in sales, and their performance is astronomically improving. So the training, the coaching, this is some of the things you will get during the Sales Warriors Convention on the 21st, 22nd of this month. You need to enroll for this event because it's going to give you so many skill sets that will ensure that you actually do well. The association, the friendship that you also keep, the people that you meet, the people you have a conversation with, it also helps to improve on your ability. Some of us, we don't have very good supportive networks. The friends around you, they're not salespeople, so that means it also affects you. So ability is a very important component of the sales performance formula. The M in the performance formula stands for motivation. We need to be highly motivated, ladies and gentlemen. We need to be highly motivated for us to be able to perform. But what brings about motivation? First and foremost is self-drive. If you have the self-drive, if you have the will to actually get things done, I can guarantee you, oftentimes you do well in sales. The personal inclinations, the personal steps you take, the aspirations that you put in is very important in motivating you. Because many people say that, I'm going to Daniel to get motivation. Daniel cannot motivate you. I can inspire you, but motivation has to come from inside. It's inside-out job. It's not an outside-in job. So every single day you must be thinking, what gets me to be so fired up to do the things that I need to do? So internal motivation is very important. Secondly, self-leadership. Self-leadership. This is what I call self-discipline. The business of sales requires so much discipline. And unfortunately, we have it in very little quantity. Many of us. You'll agree with me, many of us will struggle with self-discipline. Even in just waking up in the morning, some of you are already struggling to wake up in the morning. To go and meet a client on time, some of us are struggling with that. So that self-leadership, you need to inculcate it into your habits. It's an habit thing. It's habitual. If you do not build on habits of keeping time, if you do not build on habits of pushing yourself, especially when things are seemingly tight, then oftentimes you struggle. So self-leadership is a very important component. But also, what brings about motivation is rewards. When you're doing the sales and then you're not getting any reward, of course you get demotivated. Yeah? So we need to be getting rewards from the efforts of what we're putting in. So if you're working with an organization that the reward system is not very good, oftentimes it demotivates you. But if you also have the drive, the self-will, and you do very well and you bring in the money, you get rewarded. And that pushes you, it gives you motivation to keep going. Because, like I said, the last thing here is personal needs. You have some bills to pay, you have some hospital bills to pay, you have some school fees to pay, you have some food to buy, you have to pay rent. Now, oftentimes, many of these guys who are in sales, they don't have these avenues that takes care of their personal needs. If you still struggle with your personal needs to take care of rent, to take care of food, to take care of this and that, oftentimes it affects your motivation. So we need to deal with the things that are very important, like taking care of the basic needs. You have to eat, you have to have transport, you have to have where to sleep, the landlord doesn't have to be on your case. So work on ensuring that you provide for yourself a good atmosphere, a good climate for you to perform. So that's the sales performance formula. A times N is equal to P. P is performance or production, and you can say anything there. So A is for ability, N is for motivation, equals to production or performance. So that's the sales performance formula. During the Sales Warriors Convention on the 21st, 22nd, we're going to be expounding on this and many other things that we're going to talk about. I thought I should just share with you this, and I hope you have learned something. You have a great day. Be great.